Have you ever wondered why humans can't just munch on plants, like cows or gorillas, and get all the nutrients we need? What if I told you there's a quirky evolutionary glitch in our bodies that forces us to eat meat, or at least animal products, to survive? It's all about vitamin B12, this tiny but mighty nutrient that's essential for everything from making your blood cells to keeping your nerves firing properly. Stick around, because today we're diving into the fascinating story of how a simple plumbing mix-up in our guts turned us into accidental carnivores. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why B12 is a big deal but also feel a bit smarter about your own body, and maybe even a little grateful for that burger or salmon on your plate. Let's jump in. First off, let's talk about what makes something essential in our diet. You might think essential just means important, like how water is essential for life. But in nutrition speak, it means we can't make it ourselves, we have to get it from food. Take vitamin Q, or ubiquinone. It's super crucial for powering our cells' energy factories, the mitochondria. But our bodies whip it up from scratch, so it's not on our grocery list. Humans, though, are kind of high maintenance when it comes to nutrients. We need a ton of vitamins and minerals from our food, way more than many other animals. Why? Blame our ancestors. They probably chowed down on a super varied diet back in the day, so evolution didn't bother keeping all the machinery to make everything in-house. We've got some weird evolutionary leftovers because of this. For example, most animals make their own vitamin C, but we humans lost that ability ages ago when a mutation knocked out the gene. And since our fruity ancestors were already loaded with C from their diet, it wasn't a big deal. Same goes for vitamin D issues in modern life. But vitamin B12? Oh boy, this one's a doozy. It's like evolution handed us a puzzle with a missing piece and said, figure it out. So, what is vitamin B12 anyway? It's not just one thing. It's a group of molecules called cobalamins, and they all have a cobalt ion at their core. That's right, cobalt. The metal you might think of in batteries or tools, is actually vital for life, but only in this super trace amount for B12. Every single cell in your body needs it. It helps build fatty acids, amino acids, and even repairs and copies your DNA. Your nervous system loves it because those fatty acids make myelin, the protective coating around your nerves, like insulation on wires. Without enough B12, things go haywire. Deficiency hits hard. It can cause macrocytic anemia, where your blood cells get all wonky and too big, leaving you exhausted and prone to infections. Or it can mess with your brain and nerves, causing tingling, memory issues, or worse. It's similar to some chemo side effects because both screw with fast-dividing cells, like the ones in your bone marrow that pump out blood. If it goes on too long, it can be deadly. Scary stuff, right? But here's the kicker. B12 is the only nutrient we absolutely must get from animal sources. Red meat, poultry, fish, seafood, eggs, and dairy, they've got it. Plants? Zilch. Fungi? Nope. Strict vegans, you're probably already popping supplements or drinking fortified plant milks, and that's smart because without it, you're in trouble. But wait, if B12 only comes from animals, how do all those plant-eating animals like cows, sheep, or even our ape cousins get by? They don't sneak cheeseburgers when no one's looking, I promise. The secret? It's all happening in their guts. These herbivores have a built-in factory, bacteria in their intestines that crank out B12. It's a beautiful partnership. The animals provide a cozy, warm home and a constant food supply from all that plant matter, and in return, the bacteria poop out B12, which the herbivores absorb and use. This isn't unique to B12. Humans have a similar deal with vitamin K, which is key for blood clotting. Bacteria in our large intestine make it for us, and we absorb it right there. Wipe out those bacteria with heavy antibiotics? Boom! Clotting problems until they bounce back. So, why don't we have the same setup for B12? We actually do, kinda. The same gut bugs that make vitamin K also produce B12. But here's where evolution threw us a curveball. Bad plumbing. In humans, those helpful bacteria live in the large intestine, way down at the end of the digestive highway. But we can only absorb B12 up in the small intestine, earlier in the line. So, all that B12 our bacteria make? It just sails right through and out the other end. What a colossal waste. Seriously, studies have even shown that human poop has enough B12 to theoretically be a source, but please, don't try that at home. It's not worth it. Now, how did this happen? Let's time travel through evolution. Most primates, including our closest relatives like gorillas and chimps, are herbivores or mostly plant-based eaters. Our ancestors likely were too, munching leaves, fruits, and roots for millions of years. Back then, they must have absorbed B12 from their gut bacteria, just like modern herbivores do, probably in the large intestine, where the bacteria hang out. Survival depended on it. But then, something changed. Our early human relatives started scavenging meat and bone marrow, rich in B12. As hunting kicked in, meat became a staple, flooding our diets with easy B12. Over time, evolution shifted our absorption spot to the small intestine, maybe because that's where other nutrients get grabbed early. It worked fine as long as meat was on the menu. But now? We're stuck with this mismatch. In a weird way, it makes humans obligate carnivores for B12. We need animal products or supplements to get it. Isn't evolution wild? It's not some perfect engineer designing the ultimate body. It's more like a tinkerer, patching things as they go, with plenty of zigs, zags, and oops moments. Natural selection doesn't catch every quirk if it doesn't hurt survival right away. Our B12 setup is just one of those idiosyncrasies that make us human, for better or worse. It reminds us how interconnected we are with our past, our food, and even the tiny microbes inside us. So, what can you take away from this? First, if you're vegan or vegetarian, keep up with those B12 supplements, your body will thank you. For everyone else, appreciate that steak or yogurt not just for the taste, but for the evolutionary lifeline it provides. And hey, next time you're at a dinner party, drop this fact. Humans are basically herbivores with a meat-eating hack gone wrong. It'll spark some great conversations. If you enjoyed this deep dive into our quirky biology, hit that like button, subscribe for more science stories that make you go, whoa, and drop a comment. What's the weirdest thing you've learned about human evolution? Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.